This is an explanation for week 3. You are now currently in the week 3 activities drop box. You are completing the first activity, which is to view this video for an explanation of my expectations of your work this week. The second activity is to plan for your literacy circle this week. You will be discussing the Caldecott book that you'll find in your book list. Select a different leader than you had last week that will bring some questions to the literacy circle. Now, the questions are just so you have an opportunity to have a discussion, and in kind of like a backup plan, you're welcome to just discuss the book and enjoy the book and talk about what it means to you, how you connected to it, or if you didn't connect to it, all those kind of things. But having some questions is a great way to move the conversation along, have a discussion, talk a little bit about how you might use it in the classroom. Don't forget to send me a Zoom invite for your meeting. And then you're being reminded here to continue posting in your Reader's Response blog before and after each book is discussed. So you could post before, or you can wait till after discussion and post it. I would post it soon after that so you don't forget about anything about the book. There are 4 parts in each of your weekly postings, and I say weekly for the 8 weeks that you have the discussion for 8 books. The topics this week are also postmodernism and visual literacy. In working with postmodernism, you're going to read both of the articles, one or both of the articles below. You're going to locate a postmodern picture book from the list provided, or another book that you know is a postmodern picture book. You do not need to purchase the book. You are to use what you learned in either or both articles and apply to a 4-point critique on why or why not the book you selected is a good postmodern book. You'll need to make sure that you've supported your 4 points with evidence. You're going to submit this work in this Dropbox. So the 4 points are points you read in the articles, and you were able to identify and say, I'm going to use those 4 points as for my critique or my criteria for my evaluation of the postmodern book. Here's the article, one article, here's the other article, and here's the list here. If you click on that, you'll see the list. The next activity is your visual literacy. You're going to peruse the resources linked to Blackboard this week about visual literacy. You'll see those below. You're going to research the internet and locate an idea you would use to strengthen visual literacy in your classroom using picture books. You need not create a lesson plan, but you are to post your idea. Make sure you cite with using APA 7th edition, the picture book you would use, and explain how students would benefit from the visual literacy activity. Post your visual literacy idea in this Dropbox. Here is some information about visual literacy here, in the slide presentation here, and in this article about questions to ask older students about visual literacy in children's literature. Those are your independent activities this week, although your literacy circle is really a group activity. You have one additional group activity. I'm going to take you there right now. Excuse me. In your literacy circle, so you're going to use the same group members, you're going to reflect on chapters 1 through 4 in the 9th edition by using one of the following apps or sites below. You're going to find an app or site that you're going to use to highlight your chapters 1 through 4. You're going to select one of these in either this website or this one or one that you might have already, an app you have already. If you are the first person on your group's list, and you can identify yourself that by going to the Literacy Circle folder on the main menu in Blackboard, look under Literacy Circle, click on the Literacy Circle group and what group you're in, and you will see a list of names. If you're the first person on the group's list, you're going to be the leader. Please make sure your group selects an app or tool to use, and you might need to do that. If you are the third person on your group's list, you're going to make sure everyone has provided the information they plan to highlight. So you're going to help divide up the number of people in your literacy circle based on chapters. If you have more than 4 people, not everyone's going to be assigned to one chapter. There may be 2 people assigned to a chapter, so take a look at the chapters and make a decision on that. And if you're the last person on the list, you'll need to make sure the chapters are sufficiently highlighted. And this will take communication from all of you in the group. Now, one way you can do that, if you don't know already, is to go to the home page in this course on Blackboard, and up in the corner there is an envelope. You click on that envelope icon and you will see messages, and you click the plus and you can create a new message, and you can actually add the names of your group to that message. You can also click on the box to send it as an email too, and you can communicate that way if you choose not to communicate through a discussion board. So those are two ways that you can communicate. If you have another way set up already with your literacy group, that would be great too. Not all of our group work will be by our literacy group this week. It just happens to make it a little bit easier for you, since you've already started working with those people, to work with your literacy group on this group work. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Otherwise, I'll see you in literacy group, and I'll see you online. Have a great week.